Hello and welcome to a brand new series of March to October on my channel. This is something a little different than I've been doing all this year and last year. Ever since March to October went multi-year, we are going back to a traditional one-year March to October experience. And it's gonna be formatted pretty different too than what you might be used to if you're a regular viewer of my channel. I plan on these episodes to be probably an hour to an hour and a half long, so they're gonna be way longer than everything I normally do. I'm hoping to get a new episode up every week, ideally on Sundays, but I'm not gonna commit to that. And the thought is it'll probably take somewhere between 5 to 8 episodes to get through a full season. Now, what's the hook? What's the gimmick? Well, that is what I'm excited about, because the plan here is to, for the rest of MLB 23, really, go into March to October with a team that had a very disappointing 2023 season in real life. And I'm not just talking bad like the A's or the Royals. I'm talking teams that had high hopes going into the season and they did not get anywhere near where those expectations were. There were a lot of teams, I feel like a shocking amount of teams, that fit that description by the end of the regular season in real life here in 2023, but none, maybe more so, than the New York Mets. And that is the first team that we will be giving the season that they probably should have had here on March to October. Now, before you go and try and say your team is more disappointing than the Mets, one thing you should know is I'm a White Sox fan. And if I can sit here and admit that another team was more disappointing than my favorite team, I think this is a fair place to start. And don't worry, I do plan on getting to other teams, so if your team had a disappointing year, chances are we're gonna use them. But this first season has to go to the New York Mets. They were a 101 win team the year before. They had the offseason where they spent all kinds of money. They tried to spend even more money than they ended up spending also. And the fact that they didn't not only finish in a playoff spot, but they didn't even finish close to a playoff spot, but they were pretty much sellers at the trade deadline. That's like halfway through the season, a little over halfway through the season, I guess. They gave up. So you have all these expectations going into this season. They were going to be fighting tooth and nail with the Braves for the division, and then they went out and did this. This, to me, is the most disappointing team in the MLB this season. So let's go ahead and get this underway. We're going back to legend like we always do. So it is time to get started on the 2023 redo season for the New York Mets here on March to October. So here we go, opening day in Miami for the redo here. These rosters are going all the way back to the default rosters, or maybe the opening day rosters. I'm not sure what they give you for March to October. But we are taking the Mets as they were expected to be at the beginning of the season into this season. So realistically, when you compare it to my Nationals March to October in that first season, this should be a breeze. But nothing's guaranteed on Legend difficulty, and if you take it from real life, nothing's guaranteed at all when it comes to the Mets. We got some preseason projections here. They project Pete Alonso to lead in home runs, OPS, runs batted in, Marte to lead in stolen bases, Brandon Nimmo to lead with a 4.9 wins above replacement. I think we're going to have somebody get more than that. All right, so we get control on opening day here in the top of the 6th inning. We have Omar Narvaez to lead it off, I guess, for me. 1 for 1 on the day, but it's a 0-0 tie here. Our only other 2 hits are from Luis Guillorme and Jeff McNeil. And we'll take a deep dive into the roster after opening day is over with. But just at a glance from me, I don't know if it's just because these guys underachieved in real life. Maybe back at the start of the season, it was like, oh yeah, this team's gonna be crazy. But looking at this lineup here, it's kind of iffy. Oh, and I'm starting with a strikeout. I worked it all the way back to a 3-2 count. Then I was early on his circle change. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Facing Sandy Alcantara back in his Cy Young form, because remember, this is the beginning of the season rosters. But facing him with kind of weird shadows going on in the background, this is not an easy way to start a brand new March to October. That one, I didn't get enough of it. Waited back, just waited too long, really. It's a couple of 3-2 counts I've worked here right away, and I haven't done anything with it. And Sandy's got plenty of energy left. That's 79 pitches. We're kind of at the point where it's not even about working the pitch count. We got to do some damage now. There we go. Finally, he loses one, and we get walked. And McNeil, nope, that's not going to get past him at first, so nothing doing here in our first inning at the plate. But let's see how Max Scherzer's doing out there on the mound. 48 pitches through 5 innings for Max Scherzer. He is rolling. He might finish this game if things don't fall apart. I know I said we'll talk about the roster later, but there is a lot of things that I'm interested in with this Mets team, because I remember, don't forget, I was playing the Nationals March to October here, and back in season 1 the Mets did not really contend for the division like you would have thought they would. They fell apart in the game too, and I'm thinking a lot of that has to do with how they started the season and how March to October works with injuries, because I kind of forgot that Justin Verlander started the season injured, Quintana started the season injured. Obviously, Edwin Diaz has been out all year, but with how March to October works, you're either gonna have to get lucky and get a call-up opportunity with those guys to bring them back up, or you gotta wait until September call-ups and only get a month out of these guys for, you know, 6 starts or whatever for Verlander. So there's going to be a lot of thinking that we're going to have to do throughout this season with what we might want to do with all these guys that might be injured, and just with how March to October works, that kind of means they're stuck in AAA because they're not injured, because there's no injuries in March to October. They're just stuck down in AAA. And there we go, caught looking. That's a very nice pitch for Scherzer. Oh, and another punch out up and in looking on that fastball. All right. We gave up a hit with Scherzer, but he kept him on first and kept it scoreless. Oh my God. Okay, we didn't need that to happen. I didn't even think that had a chance of getting caught. That's how my Pete Alonso at bat's gonna end? That's all I get to do with him? That's another foul pop-up. The 2 probably best hitters on this team just hit back-to-back foul pop-ups. Oh, Brandon Nimmo out of nowhere on a 3-2 count with 2 outs. That's our first run. I think my first hit, first home run, first perfect, first everything for these Mets this season. That was destroyed too. That was not cheap. That hit off of the second deck up there. I didn't pay attention to how much power Brandon Nimmo has, but if he's going to be able to do that, he's going to be a pretty good piece to this team. Oh, and I'm punching out on 3 pitches with Vogelback. I know how the Mets fans felt about Dan Vogelback this season, but I'm not going to lie, I love me some Vogelback. But here we go. We got Scherzer working with the lead now. So much energy left, dude. He can easily finish this thing if he keeps bat off ball. Is Canna going to get there? That's a really good reaction for having a common fielding badge out there. All right. And another one out there for him, another chance to show off what he's gotten left. Oh, that one's going to drop in, though. Marte can't quite get there, so we can't seem to get through an inning 1, 2, 3. Keep giving up these little hits. That one, though, is on the ground, even with the base hit allowed. That's another very quick inning. Scherzer really is looking good to finish this thing. Oh, that was already strike 3. I wasn't paying attention, man. I still am having a lot of trouble seeing with that backdrop. There we go, though. Narvaez is going to dump that one in there. I seem to only be able to get hits on sinkers that he tries to break back over the inside part of the plate. Marte, we're getting something cooking here. Okay. That is, I know it's a slider right down the middle basically, but that is not a pitch that I tend to hit very well, especially when I can hardly see it. And that's going to do it for Sandy. Okay, we got him out of here with 2 runners on and 1 out. Now we got to deal with Tanner Scott though. Oh, and it's lefty. Look at that. Actually, hang on here. We probably have a platoon going on. Yeah, Guillorme does not hit lefties. And that clutch is even worse at 45, so that doesn't help. We do have Eduardo Escobar, who can slide right in at third base, who does hit lefties well, although his clutch is down to 55, so with a runner on second, his contact's going to be a little worse, but it's better than trying to go lefty-lefty with Guillorme, so let's bring him in here. This could be a pretty big spot with 2 on, 1 out, and a 1-run lead for some insurance. Oh, we got a hit though. Okay, well, completely takes the bat out of my hands there. Now we have bases loaded. Just lefty-lefty again here with McNeil. And if we're gonna get a sac fly to get him home though, it's gonna have to be pretty deep. I'll be fine taking a walk though with a 2-0 count here. Okay, thanks for letting me hold up, game. Now I'm gonna put my controller down and you just go ahead and walk me. Okay, or throw it right down the middle. Sure, why not? There we go. All right. Good eye there on the slider. We do get walked anyway. Tanner Scott comes in, hits a batter, and then walks in a run. And now it's bases loaded for Pete Alonso. Oh, he's just going to get hit too. What's going on? 2 hit by pitches and a walk, and we have 2 runs this inning. Do I even need to hold my controller? Can I just set it down? Oh, no, Lindor. I hit it on the ground. Right down the middle. I timed it up. I was just a little off on that PCI. At least we did enough damage, or Tanner Scott did enough damage to himself that we put up 2 more runs here, so we have some cushion. That's a nice little weak grounder. Would have liked the punch out. We got to rack up some strikeouts with Scherzer this year. Oh, look at that slurve. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Another caught looking up and in on the Heat. That's 78 pitches heading into the 9th inning for Max Scherzer on opening day. Man, how do you leave this guy out there after the last inning he had? Sending him back out for another inning? That's inhumane. Oh my God, I am swinging a hot bat with Brandon Nimmo. Another hit for him. I'm 2 for 2 with a homer. I would have liked to just hit another one out. Vogel, oh no. Oh, I saw that floating in. I thought I was going to do some damage, but that's another double play. We're going to work another walk here, though. That's 4 free base runners we've gotten out of Tanner Scott, but we've also hit into 2 double plays against him. Oh, and that was another what I thought was a pretty good swing, but man, we just don't have lefties that can hit lefties on this team, it seems like. All right, let's finish this one, Max. Plenty of energy left in the tank, plenty of cushion out there with a 3-0 lead, so let's just go ahead and give up a first pitch home run on a pitch that I completely missed. Sure, why not? I don't think I could have thrown a worse pitch than what I just threw right there. That was a straight fastball left right down the middle. John Birdie's got 32 power, but he's not even gonna miss that one. There we go. Good bounce back with a slurve to punch him out. There we go. Pete's there. There's 2. 1 more here. No more complete game shutout, but we can still complete the game. I left that one right down the middle also, but he hits it on the ground. And that's an opening day victory. It was overall a nice first game. We did kind of get handed 2 runs, but I made a couple nice swings. Scherzer with a great game on the mound, and we're immediately getting 3 momentum fireballs. Now, I should point out, because I'm guessing there's going to be some new, not just viewers of mine, but new March to October viewers in general. Sometimes the game lies to you with those fireballs. Sometimes it says you're going to get 3, and then you load back in, and it only gives you 2. So we'll have to see what it gives me for opening day there, but 3 momentum fireballs would be a pretty nice way to get things started on the season, and it is going to be 3, so that should give us some good luck when it comes to simming these games here to start. We are going to sim the very next one here, and now this is the first thing that we can really just kind of skip right past, because it does not matter if we're only playing a single season, so I don't really need to do anything here. We can just back right out, keep simming, and it looks like like we're on the cusp of a 4-game sweep to start the season. But once again, here on the scouting screen, we have no intention of taking this any further than 1 season. So there is no reason to scout. There's no reason to draft. So we can just go ahead and advance. And I think we can go ahead and click this right here to skip scouting and set to auto, and we won't have to ever deal with this again now. I'm guessing he'll still have me do the draft. Oh, I completely missed that we lost the game. I said that we were on the verge of a 4-game sweep against the Marlins, but we lost game 3. We also lost a game against the Brewers, but we're getting ready to play our home opener here, also against Miami. I feel like usually we don't sim that much right away to start a new March to October. We sim 6 games, and through 6 games here, we're tied for the division lead with the Braves. But now that we're back on the main menu here, we're going to take a break, dig into our rosters a little bit, see what we might need, see what we can look for trade-wise. So first things first, we're projected after 7 games into the season to win 91 games, which is 4 behind what the Braves are projected as right now, but we're pretty far in front of the Phillies. We're coming in ranked 7th overall, which I'm actually kind of surprised by with how many people we don't have on these opening day rosters, like Verlander, like Diaz. But our competition is the Braves ranked 2nd, the Phillies ranked 11th, and then we already know the Nationals are ranked 30th because that was the whole point of their March to October to start the year. And then the Marlins ranked 16th, so they're not that far behind, and obviously we saw them make the playoffs in real life, so they're not an afterthought. But let's take a look at this team. We'll look at the offense first. The starting lineup versus right-handed pitching here is what we saw for our opening day game here. We got Marte, Guillorme, McNeil, Pete, Lindor, Nimmo, Dan Vogelback, Canna, and Omar Narvaez. And on the bench, we've got Eduardo Escobar, Tomas Nido, Tommy Pham, and Tim Locastro. So I'm already seeing some platoon potential here that I'm guessing we probably already have. Yeah, Vogelback, Narvaez, Guillorme all on the bench against lefties. Then we got Escobar, Pham, and Nido in. Over to the pitching side of things, we have Max Scherzer, obviously, who had that good outing. We have Kodai Senga up at an 86 overall to start. But then we have David Peterson, the lefty. We got Tyler McGill. Looked like he had a pretty good first start of the season. And then Carlos Carrasco to round out the rotation. So we're missing Verlander, we're missing Quintana. I don't know what Quintana's rating is, but if we had them both, then we'd be eliminating these 2 75s. Adding in what you'd imagine would be 2 higher rated pitchers, and that would make things look a lot better. Over to the bullpen though. This is where I did not realize how weak things looked, at least in the world of MLB The Show here, because this is not a strong bullpen. And even with Edwin Diaz out there, I still don't think it's that strong of a bullpen. We only have 1 lefty, and I don't really want to have him as the closer because then that means if we're saving him for the 9th, that kind of just means we have no lefties to use situationally. So I am going to move him out of the closer role, and I'm actually going to move David Robertson into the closer role. He's got plenty of closer experience, 157 career saves, so he's going to be our closer here for the start of this season. So let's hop into that trade management screen, and actually first of all we're going to take a look at this little section here because this will allow us to see our full roster and who we're missing, and we already see 2 of them. Verlander, a 98 overall would be very nice to have in our starting rotation, but since he was hurt for a little bit at the very start of the year, he's not on the roster. We just gotta hope that we get a call-up chance with him pretty early, because you gotta remember, in the world of March to October, he's not injured, he's just stuck in AAA, because there is no injuries in March to October. And yeah, Jose Quintana is a 78, so that starting rotation immediately starts looking better if those 2 guys are here. We'd have 98, 96, 86, and then 278. And then I don't know if it's due to injury, but Sam Coonrod here is starting down in AAA. He's only a 65. It's not like that'd make a big difference, but he's better than Dennis Santana, and he's definitely better than Steven Nagasic. And then obviously Edwin Diaz, same thing, stuck in AAA. Could see a chance at him getting a call-up opportunity. You never know. But one of those two guys will have to get called up before September, because I think you can only call up one pitcher come September. You can't use both those call-up spots on pitchers. And obviously, it'd be better just to get them both as early as possible. And then Francisco Alvarez would instantly be our best catcher when he gets the call. But the good thing about him is there is a chance that he could get a fast track opportunity before a call up. And if he gets both, the way it works is the fast track, you play a game in AAA with him in the minors. If you do good, he gets an instant attribute boost, which usually is about 4 overall points for an offensive player, 4 to 5 maybe. So he could instantly become a 77. But then if he gets a call-up chance, that also gives him an attribute boost. You player lock after he gets called up. And if he has another good game, that could be another 4 or 5 overall. That could instantly turn him into an 80+ overall catcher if that happens. So that is something to be excited about. I could also see it being nice to get Darren Ruff called up, but this is now becoming a lot of call-ups that we'll be looking for. But 89 power against lefties could be pretty nice for this team. Obviously, we're looking for Brett Beatty also. That could on its own be our third baseman that we're looking for. Not great fielding, but compared to Escobar, 63 is pretty solid. Definitely better against righties, but he's solid enough against lefties too. And then same thing with Alvarez. We could see him getting an instant boost also if he gets a fast track and a call up. Guess you can't overlook Mark Vientos too. That would also be a pretty good platoon bat there against lefties. So yeah, in terms of what we have on our roster already, there's a lot of dudes that could massively improve this team just by getting called up. And a lot of these call-ups could even be better than whatever trades we can work out. But the thing that's exciting about trades for this March to October is that we don't have to look towards the future. We don't have to worry about trading away a prospect that's not going to see big league action this season. We can ship him off and get back whatever we can get back from him, because all we're worried about is this season. I went ahead and just set up our trade management screen here. So positional needs, pretty much just relief pitching and then catcher. I'll talk about why when we get to players to shop. Team needs left-handed pitcher because we only have one lefty in the bullpen. And then contact, again, we'll talk about it when we get to players to target, actually, not players to shop. So here's our players to target. We got 3 lefty options to go after. We already have precedent that Joe Mantiply is insanely good. I don't want to just like make the same moves that I made in the Nationals March to October, but if we're looking for a lefty, and especially looking for a lefty that's tradable, Joe Mantiply fits that perfectly. I don't know why he's in the minors right now and seemingly regressing kind of quick here to start. Andrew Chafin, though, is on the same team, and he's pretty much in the exact same situation. Mid-70s, C potential, 30-something years old. 32 years old, actually, they both are. And then Aroldis Chapman. I figure he got traded in real life. We're looking for a lefty. He already spent so much of his career in New York, so why doesn't he come to the other New York team? And then for our only position player to target for right now, I went Tyler Stevenson. It all depends, I guess, on how good the Reds are going to be, but he's a big contact, good hitting catcher. Pretty young too, with an A potential, so he should continue to get better throughout the season. I don't know how willing the Reds would be to trade him away, but weird trades happen, man. But I figure when it comes to our team and our catching situation, obviously the ideal scenario would be to have Francisco Alvarez get called up after a fast track, but if that doesn't happen, we can't rely on that happening, and without him getting the call, we'll have a 67 overall platoon situation. We need better catching. But now here on the players to shop screen, I did put our other catching prospect, because you got to keep in mind, we're only playing one season. Prospects don't matter. We can unload them. Same reason we have Ronnie Mauricio and Alex Ramirez up here. And then Sean Reed Foley, because who knows who might be looking for a 70+ overall starting pitcher. And then untouchables, pretty standard. Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty are 2 prospects. I figure Mark Vientos, if he got a call up or fast track or both, he could be really good. He would already be really good as a righty bench bat to face lefties. And then Edwin Diaz, I just threw him on there because I couldn't think of anyone else. But now that we have all that out of the way and we don't have to worry about scouting, we have nothing obstructing us from getting through a big chunk of games here for the rest of this episode. So it's going to be our second game, and it's our second game against Miami. We're loading in with a lead. They have a couple runners on, but 2 outs, so all we need is to get 1 out and we're out of it. High scoring game though, so I'm curious to see what's gotten us to this point. Man, 7 runs and we've only had 2 extra base hits and they're only doubles. Only the 2 walks also, so it's not like we got a bunch of extra base runners that way. David Peterson got the start, didn't do great, but hey, as long as we get the win, who cares? Drew Smith out there, we'll leave him in. And are we gonna go ahead and get out of it on 1 pitch? It looks like it. Scary warning track fly out, but it's a fly out, which means it's an out. Oh, and Jeff McNeil's taking the first pitch the other way. I'm not gonna go for second on that. If he was a little quicker. No, Pete. Oh man, I don't know what's been going on with me and not being able to hold up on inside sliders lately, but it's been kind of bad. Lindor though, you're not gonna miss that. Perfect, and it's gonna leave. It went over that back wall. Okay, man, I'm liking some of these swings we're putting together in these first 2 games. On Escobar, I almost made another good swing. Ah, no, that's like the same pitch I just hit out with Lindor. I said I can't miss that with him, and then I went ahead and missed it later in the inning. 9-5 though, we're feeling pretty comfortable. I want to warm up somebody a little bit more low leverage, but I forgot to, so we're gonna leave Drew Smith in for an extra batter. Ugh, well, guess that's what I get for forcing him to stay in the game. I'll hang a slurf. Could have been worse. Well, I don't know. Now that we allowed a leadoff base runner, should I be bringing in a 64 overall? I guess things could still get out of hand here. Oh, that's an instant double play. Look at Dennis Santana coming in and shutting it down. Oh, yeah, nasty slider. Get yourself a game finished here, Santana. I think he's got 1 more in him. Oh, no, I think my problem there was it didn't break as much as I thought it would. Thought it was more of a hanger. Oh, and then I'm missing that. I mean, did I miss that? Oh, and I missed another one. I was definitely under that one. All right, let's get this game finished then. Oh, no, come on, Arise. You don't have to do this. Oh, no, Santana, don't do this. Don't give up 2 base runners to lead off. I don't want to have to take you out. Okay, that was scary for a quick second. Come on, he went around. No, give it to him. Don't make this tough. If he puts anyone on base now, he's done. Oh, he's done. Couldn't just have a nice and easy ending to this game. We have to make it to the closer. I assume this is a save situation when you got bases loaded and only 1 out like this. There we go. Perfectly placed slider for the first out, or the second out. First for Robertson. Okay, we're all good. All good. Did not need to be as dicey as that turned out to be, but we got the win. It's all that matters. Man, and all that for just 1 fireball, too. All right, what's this going to turn into then? We won the series against Miami, taking on San Diego, and we get to play game 2 of this series. And it's going to be a player lock. All right, well, first of all, we've taken the lead in the division. 8-3, a game and a half up. We have 91 projected wins now. But a Jeff McNeil player lock could be big. Those of you who know March to October and who have seen my March to Octobers in the past would already know that even a 1 out of 3 plus in a player lock pretty much guarantees that that player is going to have a pretty solid season. But we got to go lefty-lefty. They're putting They're putting us in a spot where we got to face Blake Snell. All right, batting second here. We already have a run on the board, though, so we had a leadoff homer. Oh, and the leadoff hitter today was Tim Locastro, and that's his second homer of the year. What's going on with him? Is he going to have a role on this team outside of just pinch runner? No, I don't. I was doing pretty good there. Brought it back from an 0-2 to a 2-2, and then I swing at a pitch like that. There we go. Perfect, perfect on the first pitch of at bat number 2. Couldn't drive in a run, though. Hit it too hard. No. Did Lindor really just hit into a double play? Okay, no, he ran it out. We are going to get a run out of it. And now we have the lead, 4-3. Snell's still out there, though. Oh, that's got to get down too, right? That is going to get down. That's going to be extra bases. That secures an upgrade. That might even secure a 2+. All right, we got another at bat here. Bases loaded this time. We still got to go lefty-lefty, though. I didn't. I missed it. That sucks. I think we already secured a pretty good plus, but a hit there to drive in more runs, give us a bigger lead. That's what matters. And we're gonna go ahead and take home the win, 4-3. So adding on those runs didn't matter. 2-hit game, only one? Really? Really? 2 hits, one of them being extra bases, and all you're gonna give me is a 1+. I was pretty confident that was gonna be 2. All right, well, I guess on the bright side, we still got a boost. And we won the game, so we get that little bit of momentum. I think I caught a glimpse there right at the end that Locastro went 3 for 3 in that game. But yeah, we're not adding on a ton of momentum here. That's a lot bigger of a fireball than I thought we'd have for just adding one more on. Sweep the Padres. Shouldn't even need to use momentum to face the A's. We already handled trade management. What do we got here? Are we going to sweep the A's? We are. And then we're going to lose to the Dodgers. Get a chance here to prevent the sweep. But even with those last 2 losses, we're off to a really good start here. 13-5. Dude, I had to look at what Locastro's doing. What is he doing? I don't even understand what these numbers mean. He's batting .423 with 3 bombs. Hello? And maybe even more surprisingly, doesn't even have a stolen base attempt. Probably just because he keeps hitting the ball over the fence. We're having some good starts to the season, though. Just quickly running down the order here. The only guy with a batting average below 250 in this order against righties is Vogelback. But all right, let's get into this next game against the Dodgers. Loading in even here, 3-3. We're going to have a runner on second, though, with only 1 out and Lindor up. This is a good spot to score a run. Oh, look at Vogelback here in this game, 3 for 3. So he's instantly raising that average, probably up over 250 now. Well, it shows here he's almost up to 300. He also has a double along with McNeil. Tyler McGill's gone 5, or he went 5, gave up 3. 9 hits and a walk on the board, though, and we only have 3 runs to show for it as of now. Need a big swing from Lindor. I gave myself the 3-0 green light and then didn't swing at it well. You can't sit fastball and then be late when you get fastball. No, that was it though. Okay, we'll take the walk anyway. I don't know, man. I feel like after that home run with Lindor and then destroying that ball foul, I might enjoy using Francisco Lindor over the course of this season. I'm not enjoying using Pete so far. Really, man? Double play there? You know what? I'll go ahead and get a new arm in here. They had Tommy Hunter warming up. It was either probably going to be between him or leaving Dennis Santana in. I'll try out a different arm. Oh, sitting down Muncy with that cutter up and in. Okay. I'm kind of liking what Tommy Hunter has to offer here. Oh, and then the slurve sits him down on 3 pitches. I know I keep going back to that Nationals March to October, but especially in year 1 of that when we didn't have much of a bullpen at all. When I figured out what low overall guys were actually pretty good to use, those were the guys who I leaned on. And if we're finding out that Tommy Hunter can deal here, that'll be good to know for the rest of this season. Oh, no, Nimmo. I actually thought I waited back and went with that. I couldn't have been more wrong. Should I pinch hit for Guillorme with the lefty on there? I feel like I should. Yeah, I mean, Escobar's numbers against lefties blow him away, and as long as they're going to leave him in, I may as well. No, but I can't miss that. Escobar, buddy. I should probably take Vogel back out too, shouldn't I? Couple of guys back to back there who do not handle left-handed pitching very well. Should I bring in Locastro? Nah, I'm gonna go with Pham. We'll get our chance to use Locastro, I'm sure. That, oh no, I hit it right to the left fielder. Oh no. How does it not let me get under that more? The hanging sweeping curve, I was middle on the PCI. Oh my, I was gonna say, if Escobar makes that play with his fielding, guess immediately we're seeing what happens when we get Guillorme out of the game. Ooh, look at, we're getting Freeman chasing. That's a big chase. Oh, and then he's behind it in the zone on 3-2. He wasn't chasing after that bad swing, and I think he just didn't want to swing at all with how late he was. No, Mookie. No, he got it through. Oh, and what is Marte doing? What was that animation? Why was that so slow? We could have had him at third. Dude, I can't put this on Tommy Hunter. That's 2 ground balls he got us. They just happened to find a tough spot. We'll get a new look out there. Another arm I don't think we've used yet. I don't know why I already am forgetting, but Ottavino. See, I always think of Ottavino as being really good in this game, but a lot of that has to do with playing against real people and him kind of having a tough delivery. I don't know how he's going to be against the CPU. That looks pretty good to me. Oh, and then look at that perfect spot. Back-to-back punch-outs to get us out of the inning. We got to score now. Don't really want to send it to extras. Oh, they're going to Evan Phillips, who has a 7.11 ERA this year. Oh, that's a big-time plate appearance from Canna to draw the leadoff walk. Made him throw 7 pitches, wore him out. Is this the spot to go to Locastro? I was going to say I don't know if there's any better spot, but the only better spot I can think of is if we were pinch running for Narvaez, but there's also kind of no reason to. So let's do it. Let's bring in Tim Locastro and all that speed off the bench. Pretty much guarantees that a ball in the gap should score him. It's even tempting to want to take off, get him up to second. That should have been hit pretty far. The only thing stopping me from taking off with them is sometimes stealing against the CPU just feels like an impossible task. Like, they will not slide step a single time, and then the time that you go to steal, that's when they slide step, and we don't need to. Narvaez with the perfect Locastro easily up to third, and we don't have anybody out yet. Marte, oh, I started celebrating before I even swung because of how much that hung. I need to probably hit that better, but it's going to get us that run. Oh, man. 1-2, he couldn't have missed worse. 6 speed is enough to get up to second. I don't know if 6 speed is enough to say we can score on a base hit, but it definitely means a gapper will score him. Oh, that... I don't know if that was a good pitch or just not quite enough of a good swing, because I was kind of all over that. No, what? How did I miss that one? Early? Man, Lindor must have a fast swing. Oh, and I'm just hitting it on the ground. Another slider that I timed up. I feel like we could have done a lot more damage that inning, but 1 run's gonna have to do it. This would feel a lot better if we had Edwin Diaz able to come in. I'm sure Mets fans said that a lot of times throughout the course of this last season. Oh man, actually though, should I just leave Ottavino in? I would go to David Robertson, but Ottavino was kind of disgusting. He's got plenty of energy. I think I'm going to. We're gonna see if Ottavino can just lock this one down. Well, there goes that plan. Never mind. 1 pitch tells me that was the wrong decision. Now let's hope it's not too late to make the right decision. They actually brought in a righty off the bench in Chris Taylor to pinch hit for Max Muncy. They forewent. Is that how that works? They forewent the opportunity to have a lefty-righty matchup. That could be an instant double play. He's kind of quick, but we got it. Immediately erase that base runner. Oh, we got him on the speed there, way out in front of that slider. Locked it down. That's a pretty solid win in the rain in LA. And I don't know, they might be telling the truth about those 3 fireballs since we came in with a tie game. What do we got then? It is all 3 fireballs. They didn't lie, and that is the biggest fireball we've seen so far. We're already off to such a good start. Now we got this kind of momentum. 4-game series against San Francisco. Are we going to go ahead and sweep it? We're going to get the chance to do it ourselves. 17-5 to start. Up to 94 projected wins. The Braves are off to a pretty good start too, but we're still 3 games ahead. What's kind of crazy though is just look how amazing we're hitting. 292 average, 478 slugging through these first 22 games. And sure, we're off to a better start than the Braves record-wise, but they're out-hitting me still. Like, how are we doing so good, overachieving at the plate, and the Braves are just casually batting 298 with a 511 slugging? I mean, seriously though, look at how good our hitting is top to bottom through these first 22 games. I mean, if you just look at the batting averages as I go through here, 272 is on the lower end, and then Narvaez at 234 is like comfortably the worst, but he's at 67. I don't know if that excuse really works though, considering Tim Locastro at a 64 overall is batting 457. Sure, it's only 35 at bats, but it's not like we have that big of a sample size at all yet this year. 457 with 3 home runs. He's not supposed to be a threat at the plate. He's really only here for his speed, his pinch hitting ability, and I guess his positional versatility, but dude is maybe our best hitter. Is that even a stretch? One thing though that I did make a change to, we were originally targeting Aroldis Chapman, but I changed that. I took a look back at him. He's 35. He's regressing across the board. He was only a 73 to begin. Now he's a 72. So instead I added Sam Hentges from the Guardians. 77 overall. He's in AAA right now. And also Cleveland's not looking very good to start the year. So if they fall out of contention completely, he could be on the board to get traded. I figured we just didn't need another aging player that's going to be dropping quickly with regression, because Scherzer's already down, I think, 2 overall. We're not even a month in. Carlos Carrasco's regressing across the board. David Robertson's regressing massively across the board, already a -2 to like everything. Ottavino's in the same boat. He's also 37. Brooks Raley's regressing. Tommy Hunter's regressing. So that's a lot of aging arms that are regressing quickly that I don't really just want to add on another one with Chapman. But let's get into this game here against the Giants, because this is the first time we've really been in a hole. We're down 2, only 2 innings left in the game to make up this deficit. We do have a runner on first though, so we get him around, we get our batter around, and that's a tie game. But if you can pull off a comeback like this, that is so huge for momentum. We're gonna get a ton of positive momentum if I can win this game, which is gonna further widen the gap already with this division lead. This is actually, I'm convincing myself to get nervous here, because the more I think of it, the more important this game is. Do I want to leave Escobar in? Actually, first, let's take a look at what's going on here so far in this game. We have a homer for Pete, his 8th. Canna and Tommy Pham went deep, but David Peterson had a rough outing. 4 innings, 10 hits allowed, 7 runs, raising that ERA up to 6.18. Our 51 overall, though, Steven Nagasek, that's what I'm going to go with the last name. 3 innings of scoreless relief, though, to get that ERA at 142. I don't understand why he's so good. They already used Taylor Rogers, though, and Scott Alexander's their only other lefty, so I might make a move here. Play this platoon, and oh wait, Guillorme's already in the game, so never mind about that. This is too important of a game though to let our big names get rest, so I'm bringing Lindor off the bench here. We'll move him to short when we go to play defense, and then next at bat, very next at bat with Tommy Pham coming up, in comes Nimmo. And that looks like a 4-pitch walk. There's 2 on, tying run at first, and in comes Brandon Nimmo. I guess now it is his clutch rating instead of that big contact versus righties number. So what are we? Oh, it's still 80. Oh, we're golden. Who went in that right center gap? I really thought for a very quick second I hit that harder. That would have been real cool. I think, though, that we have Tim Locastro coming up next here. He's 6 for 12 in the series. I'm not taking him out. I'm not even going to bunt to move the runners over. I'm swinging away. Oh, I'm not doing good by him here. I'm taking a slider and then whiffing on a slider. Dude, if Locastro hits one into triples alley, that could turn into inside the park alley. Oh, we worked it back to 3-2. Oh no, the whole time up until that pitch, I was telling myself he does not throw harder than 85, slow the bat down even on a fastball. And then I got too worked up on 3-2 and forgot. All right, Canna's staying in. He's got a big clutch rating, but we need a base hit here now. And that's not going to be a base hit. I went first pitch swinging, rolled over on the slider. That seemed like that inning had so much promise, but really I didn't even do anything good. I didn't make a single good swing. All right, we're going to bring in Tommy Hunter out of the bullpen here to give us the 8th. Then we got some defensive adjusting to do. Just going to move Lindor to short, Guillorme to third, and then, well, actually, I don't know. I was going to say it probably makes more sense to have Nimmo play his primary of center, but with the big outfield here, maybe that speed would be better. There we go. Jammed on the ground to first for an easy out, number 1. Oh, no. He really, the 9-hole hitter, turned on the cutter inside like that? We were already fighting enough of an uphill battle, and now a 3-run lead for him makes it even more difficult. Man, that didn't even miss. That was inside. It's exactly where I wanted that cutter to end up. There we go. Locastro's there, though, even with a bad reaction. Man, I almost gave up another one. I left that fastball right down the middle, but that's gonna do it. we gotta make a bigger comeback now, but we can do it. We have it in us. Never mind that it's Camilo Doval we gotta do it against. It may as well be nobody. We're gonna have an instant pinch hit situation again here to get Narvaez in. Or actually, you know what? Let's go with Vogelback now, because we need to score to extend the game anyway. So let's bring in the better hitter, and then if we do extend the game, we'll bring in our other catcher. So we're gonna rely on Vogelback off the bench with his 326 average to get things started. Oh, and I got the gift. I got the gift pitch right away, the hanging slider, and I looked like that. And I got another gift, and I'm late. You gotta hit one of those two. I got another. Okay, that's gonna be a hit. I saw that I hit it on the ground, and I thought I really blew it, but at least we got our runner on. No really pinch runners available unless Narvaez. I think Narvaez has 6 speed, so yeah, may as well stick with 7 speed Vogelback. Actually, I mean, Dennis Santana has 44 speed, and you never know what kind of difference that could make. Should I throw him out there? I mean, that's 37 more speed. That's a difference between what, a 62 speed and a 99. You'd make that switch in a heartbeat. I'm gonna do it. This might be unorthodox, but Dennis Santana is coming into pinch run because he has 44 speed. I know that's only the first run. It's not like that run matters, but I just imagine, like, let's say I hit a dribbler to second, they go to second. Maybe a little bit more speed would get us safe in there. Is that? I thought that was foul. Actually, I caught a glimpse of that PCI before it went away. How did I not hit that better? I was only just early. Oh, it's different now. Okay, never mind then. Okay, we'll take the walk. It's gonna bring Guillorme up, which you'd think is a good thing against a lefty, but I remember his clutch is low. Yeah, he drops down from 88 contact to 45 clutch. And I can't even bring in Narvaez to pinch hit now, even though that would work pretty well. Or I guess I could, because I could give up the DH if we do have to field again. I can move Mark Canna. Man, I'm doing this. We're going all out. I'm bringing in Narvaez off the bench to hit for Guillorme because Narvaez has 76 clutch. Leaving Guillorme in basically means 45 contact, 33 power. Going to Narvaez is clearly a better matchup, so we're doing it. We'll figure out the defense later. All we need to do is make this game continue to the point. If we have to worry about the defense, that's a good thing. I can't keep missing that though, dude. I gotta drive that. No, I dropped the PCI. I wanted that to come through so bad. We still have Pete. This is not over yet. Oh, that was such a bad swing. No, I tried to check. No, what am I doing? I'm geared up for the heat, and I can't be just swinging at that. Okay, 3-2. Runners are on the move. Not like that really matters. I missed it. Look at that timing. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so bad. I had a chance there, man. I had so many pitches to hit that inning to walk away with nothing. That was fun, though. I like that kind of thing where we make all kind of moves and go all out. I just wish I would have actually came through. I think that's going to be our first loss then in a game controlled by me, isn't it? So that's our first negative momentum that we're going to get, and that pretty much takes it down to neutral. So we need a pretty quick turnaround after that to make sure we don't drop too many games. We do face the National. Oh, we're going to play anyway. I was going to say we should be able to win these games. Oh, hang on a second. We got one of these. We blew the chance at getting massive momentum by making a comeback, but right away in the next game, we get a chance to finish a no-hitter. In my experience, whenever I've finished a no-hitter, not only does that give the +3 boost to the pitcher, which is huge, but that also gives 8 fireballs of momentum, which I don't even need to say how big that would be. Tyler McGill's off to a pretty good start this year. 3.24 ERA in 4 starts. Obviously, that's going to drop here if he's in the middle of a no-hitter. The good thing also is it says no-hitter. Yeah, because we have a walk on the board and we have a 7-run lead. So I can throw all kinds of junk pitches because who cares if I walk them? Who cares if I allow base runners? We have plenty of a lead. We should be able to hang on to it. And we're not going for a perfect game. So I am going to do my best to give them nothing to hit. We got 5 pitches to work with. Pretty standard pitch mix. But yeah, everything... Well, if I can actually get a good gesture there, everything is going to be out of the zone. We need some swings, though, Luis Garcia. Oh, we got a swing there. Okay. Oh, did he? He didn't go. Ah, okay. Well, there's our first walk. First of probably many if I'm really going to go for this. Okay, that's not ideal. Look at how much of that it could have ended up out of the zone, and it ended up as far in the zone as it could have. Is he going to go? Are we going to? We don't. I thought that didn't get away enough. We might have been able to steal a free out there. Dude, we're not getting these chases. We are. No. Did we get him? We did. There's our free out. Okay. He got a little too over ambitious there to try and move up on that. And there's a punch out of the zone. This is working well. The patience, though, is kind of getting to me, man. They're taking a lot of close pitches. Look at this, dude. Okay, I probably could have gotten away with leaving that in the zone. Probably not swinging on a 3-0 count. Dude, we could get some chases here, game. Another advancement there on a ball in the dirt. Honestly, this almost feels like cheating. Could I just throw another one in the dirt and throw him out going to third? Is that what I'm really about to try? Or we'll just catch it that time. Another walk. Well, that's 3 walks this inning. I don't know if I've ever seen the CPU be this patient, and it's literally the only time that I am making a concerted effort to throw everything out of the zone. This is the Nationals, dude. I know my perception of them is that they're a good team, but rewinding back to where they are right now, they're kind of not. Game. I thought that was a hit, but we're not shifted with runners on. We made it through the first of the 3 innings. Dude, does Tyler McGill just have no Ks per 9 rating? Is it just a 0? It may as well be. Oh my god, dude, help me out. 1 swing on a ball in the dirt or a ball out of the zone at all. I mean, walks don't matter. I guess we already kind of determined that, but it's still frustrating. Oh my god, just. Oh my god. And wait a second. I just realized who's up at the plate. Now, this is only going to make sense to those of you who watched my Nationals March to October, especially in the early stages. And we're going to walk him again, of course. But Michael Chavis spent the entirety of that series, all 3 years, stuck in the minors when I wanted him to get promoted the whole time. And now, on a different March to October, he gets promoted. That better get caught. All right, we're good. Doesn't matter that they move up to third. I gotta remind myself, runs don't matter, base runners don't matter. All that matters is we don't give up a hit. Put them all on base for free until they want to swing the bat or until we tie this game up. I don't care. I'm getting my no-hitter. Just one swing out of the zone for strike 3. Please. Grounder. Okay, it's an out. It might be 2 outs. Oh, he's so slow. That was almost a double play. It would have been nice. I don't know, man. Is McGill gonna get taken out of the game here if I walk too many guys and run that pitch count up? That's a hit. That's a shame. I tried so hard, guys. You don't even understand. That was so frustrating. It was kind of written on the wall there. If they were not going to chase, there was going to be a time where I miss in the zone and they hit it. At least the game is being smart and taking me out immediately. We better hold on to win this game. I don't get to play it. It's just going to be seeing what happens by the end. Okay, we do win. We ended up putting up plenty more runs. That was the only hit that was allowed. But yeah, since we didn't finish the game with McGill, we don't even get a plus with him. We only get 1 fireball. That was insanely frustrating. Starling Marte, though, with a 3-homer game. So 1 fireball, no player boost. Still rooting for a quick turnaround without getting a ton of momentum there. Use our momentum to beat the Nationals twice, though. We're beating the Braves without momentum? Okay. And now we get a chance to keep the streak alive. We got to make a comeback. We're down 1, but we have a 5-game lead in the division already. Is it even? I don't even know if it's the end of the month. It's April 30th. It's not even on to May yet. Not even the end of the first month, and Scherzer's already down 3 overall points, man. And he's not even doing bad. You'd think his performance would keep him afloat. Actually, I guess we'll check back in on that after this game, because usually it is after that first month, after the month flips into May. That's when all that early season regression kind of gets balanced out. So maybe Scherzer will get a little bit back and he won't regress as fast. Let's see what we got, though, in this game, in such a high-scoring game. We've given up 4 homers. Those are some big homer counts. 11 for Harris, 9 for d'Arnaud. We've got homers from Lindor and 2 from Mark Canha, though. 5 driven in for Canha. McGill had a rough start after his no-hit bid. 7, 8, 9 coming up, though, in the bottom of the 8th, so we gotta get something going with the bottom of the order. And McNeil's gonna do just that. Perfect base hit. Even with McNeil and his low power, I'd still like to get under that, though, and drive it. Okay. Mark Canha's gonna get a base hit. We have 2 on. Go ahead, run on first. This is definitely the spot then to go to Narvaez. He came set real quick there. We got the righty on the mound, plus it's the clutch rating active right now, so that's good news for Narvaez. No, I didn't want to swing. Not that I tried to check swing, I just didn't want to swing, and then I did. I full on swung. That was terrible. We're starting a rally here. What am I doing? I rolled over on it. That's gonna be 2. Why do I keep doing this? I'm getting runners on, I'm starting rallies, and then I'm not even threatening to bring them around to score. This is kind of going all the way back to that first game against Miami even. I remember we got bases loaded pretty late into the game. 2 runs came across because I got hit and worked a walk, but then I just grounded into a double play when we could have done a lot more damage. I guess we'll leave John Curtis in here because he's a 74 overall. Probably our highest rated option right now. And he's not all that tired. Okay, wow. Maybe I should have just done that entire game against the Nationals. If they were going to take every breaking pitch out of the zone, maybe I should have just hung a couple. Let them swing and miss and look that bad. Guillorme is going to handle that okay. And we sit Austin Riley down on a perfect slider. So at least we kept it at 1, kept our chances alive with 2, 3, 4 coming up. Oh, but it's a lefty, it's Minter, so it's not going to be Guillorme at least. Or maybe it has to be Guillorme because we've already used bench options, it looks like. Well, not like it's much of a better matchup, but it's enough of a better matchup that I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring Nimmo in. I know McNeil's out in center for this game, so if it comes to it, we just swap them. Oh, I started reacting before that pitch came all the way in, and that had a lot of break. But I worked that all the way back from 0-2 to draw the walk, even if that last pitch maybe should have been strike 3. No, be ready for that. He just threw 3 straight fastballs, and I took all 3. He kind of has more of a difficult arm slot than I thought he did. We still have Pete, though. This is still looking okay. Or not, because I haven't done a single thing with Pete Alonso, and he's going to ground into a game-ending double play. This is what I mean. I can get the runner on, and then it's just done. No rally, no runs. That's a lot of negative momentum. Things have been looking so good to start, and they're coming crashing down quick here. Even though we technically won and got positive momentum in that no-hitter game, we still failed. Then we lost the game before and this one. At least it lied to me and it was only 1 snowflake, but this is going to be the first negative momentum of the year affecting our games. We still managed to win the series though against the Braves. Get swept though by the Tigers, and this looks like our first trade opportunity. First one is Steven Matz. He'd be making his return. We'd be giving up a B potential 62 overall 20-year-old. If Matz was a relief pitcher, I might consider it, but since he's a starter, I mean, he'd be our worst starter. Like, there's no reason to add him. Next, we have the White Sox. This should be interesting. Aaron Bummer. Okay, Aaron Bummer was somebody that I was going to add to our target screen. He's slightly worse than the lefty options I already had on there, but he is right there. I'm probably going to end up accepting this unless the Brewers have something even better. So what do the Brewers have? Are they going to talk me out of trading for Bummer? Doesn't look like it, because Wade Miley's another 72 overall starter that we don't need. So all right. Looks like our first trade of the year is going to be with the White Sox. We're not even giving anything up. This is 2 late 20-year-olds that are D potentials in the low to mid 60s. This is huge. I really like this trade. Adding a lefty for nothing. Aaron Bummer. Welcome to the New York Mets. And we won. Okay, hang on. I thought we were just going to go ahead and play, but we won another game. And now we have a fast track. Jonathan Arauz. That's what I'm going with. I feel like I remember this guy getting like a future star card in Diamond Dynasty a couple years ago. So I don't know what happened to him for him to be a D potential. But this could be pretty good actually, because the fast track could improve the potential. And usually these attribute boost player locks give you a lot of contact. And that's kind of what he's lacking here. So if we do good, get a +10 to both contacts. Get him up to like a 67, 68-ish overall. We might have to take a look at him then, but we'll have to be successful first. This is not, I mean, of all the people we have that I'd like to see get fast-tracked, this is not anywhere near the top of our list, but I don't see any reason to turn it down. So it's going to be our first fast track of this Mets March to October. And I figure now that we are past that first month and we might start to see progression instead of only regression, I'm like, oh, let's check on Max Scherzer. Maybe he bounced back a little bit, staved off some regression back up to a 94. Maybe no, he's just down even further. Dude is rapidly in decline. I knew he would decline, and I knew he would decline relatively fast. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody decline this fast. He was a 96, and he's pitching good. A 2.18 ERA. Looks like the game stuck Bummer, though, in long relief, so I'm glad I did go to this screen, because I don't think I want him there. All right, but let's get into this player lock. Jonathan Arauz, minor leagues, and I'm thinking we're going to want to face a lefty, right? And we are. We actually are, and we get to see Jose Quintana dominate on the mound in AAA. Oh, this is not looking like a good stadium stadium, though. High walls, deep fences. Not a lot of potential to go deep, it seems. All right, we're batting second, so we should get about as many at-bats as possible here. Christopher Sanchez on the mound. Sinker, slider, circle change, fastball. Looking to hit the gaps here. No, what am I doing? The break is what fooled me there. It's what made me check. I would have swung and missed anyway because my PCI was nowhere near. And now I'm swinging at that. All the way in the 4th inning now for our next at-bat. We're getting no hit. We're getting perfect gamed, and I'm taking that. I did not miss that. Huh? How much break does that sinker have if that missed below the bat? Oh my god, it does. It's a phantom sinker. This pitch is moving like crazy. I'm nowhere near it. That's not going to get down, is it? Oh, it is. He dove. Okay, we have a hit on the board. I mean, 2 punch-outs and a weak little blooper is not a great look, but we should get one more at bat, and we probably need it. We probably still need to do something to get a boost. Oh, look, we got Brett Beatty down here batting 3rd. Oh, and he's looking at strike 3. He's looking like me up there. Oh, he's a switch hitter. I didn't even know that. I was confused. I'm like, why are we seeing one of our players step up to the plate, but it's not my guy? It is my guy. Did he really get... Dude, did he even take a lead? What are we getting picked off for? Oh, no. Look at that. I'm 109 off the bat. You don't even see it hit that hard in the majors. No. Game 106. We have 109 foul and then 106 right to somebody in the same at bat. They better find some way to recognize that, man. I think we worked the count in at least one of those first 2 strikeout at bats. We got a hit. We hit it extremely hard there. Give me the plus, game. It's not like we hit well as a team. Is that going to factor in? No, they don't. Ugh. What happened, man? We started this out so good, and now I'm just on a bad stretch. No plus, no boost, and on top of it, we add on a snowflake of negative momentum. Dude, look at... We face the Phillies farm system, and they have Harper and Rhys Hoskins down there. This division is destroyed in March to October. Well, that sucks. You never want to fail a fast track like that, but I guess silver lining is at least it wasn't with one of our main guys that we want to see fast tracked. And we're still winning even with negative momentum. We beat the Rockies in that series. Oh, we got to avoid getting walked off. I don't know if I've ever seen that as a situation. They have a runner on second and nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. We are still maintaining a good record. 4-game lead still over the Braves. It's just I haven't been playing good. Excuse me, what? I was just curious to see if maybe Bummer had pitched at all. He got, what, maybe 1 outing with us now, and he has a 12.27 ERA? Okay, looking like a good move. Dude, this regression is crazy. I'm so used to playing March to Octobers where most of our guys are young. So by the end of the season, we're going to be at our strongest. But this year, or this run, is going to be way different. We're going to be at our worst come playoff time. Dude, even Verlander down in the minors, he's regressing at the same speed. He was a 98. He's already down to a 94. He's not even going to be worth calling up by the time we get a chance. All right, well, we are going to play this one last moment probably for the episode here. We're already 40 games in, man. This is going quick. It really is only going to take like 4 episodes to get through the season. But we got to keep the game tied. Then we got to send it to extras, and then we got to not let him score again with a free runner on second. This is going to be some pitching performance to pull this off. We have Tommy Hunter. It looks like he's new into the game, and he probably gave up that leadoff double, so we can't take him out here right away. Got to stick it out with him for at least the next 2 hitters. That's a perfect pitch. That's another pretty good pitch. Come on, this is a big strikeout if we can get it. Oh, that's a huge strikeout. 3 pitches. Do I think about putting somebody on here for free, though? I don't know, man. I mean, this guy's got 36 clutch, 45 power. I feel like I should just pitch to him, too. Pitch to Stuart Fairchild and then have to face Jonathan India with 2 outs instead of putting a runner on and facing him with 1 out. And there we go. Just like that, we got the grounder. Lindor's got it, and we got exactly that situation. And another grounder to Lindor, and we worked out of it. Now we gotta score. We gotta bring around our runner on second. Well, they were asking me if I want to take Guillorme out as the pinch runner, but we don't have Locastro on the bench, so I think we'll just stick with how it is, because Vogelback's just gonna go deep anyway. We don't even have to think. Oh, wait, no, it's a lefty. Never mind. Escobar. Escobar is who's gonna go deep anyway. Don't want to be swinging at that on a 1-0 count to keep the runner at second. What am I doing? Oh, Locastro's at the plate. Numbers coming down a bit. Still a stud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Tim Locastro to the gap. Never mind that it was a hanging circle change and pretty much a freebie, but Tim Locastro hits the double that gives us the lead. And now we have speed on second to bring another run around. I'm going to leave Narvaez in even with the lefty out there because Narvaez has the clutch. Did that not hit him? What? It looked like it went through his leg. Okay, hang on a second. It looked like it went through his leg because it actually did go through his leg. Are you kidding me? I didn't know hit by pitches were animation dependent and didn't just like detect. Are you serious? That's not even close. That's in the middle of his thigh. What? Put me on first. What am I going to the quit screen for? Put me on first. Okay, we'll get on base for free anyway, and we make him throw an extra pitch, so I guess it's a win-win. Marte, that is gonna break this one open. Did I mess up though by going? No, we're gonna be in there. Bad throw. Another run across and 2 more in scoring position on that double. This is exactly what we needed after a little bit of a rough patch. This would be a great way to end an episode by getting the bats back going again like this. Oh, I didn't. Oh, no. Okay, we'll work another walk though, but a 3-run homer looks a little better to me than getting walked with a base open. Brings up Lindor though. His numbers are dipping. 278 average. Obviously it isn't bad, but he was one of those guys well over 300. Oh my God, are we really hitting another homer foul? Lindor, it is over his head. I can't send Marte though, but we're gonna pick up one more, make this lead even more safe, and we're still not done. Pete, no, it's on a line. Okay, it's gonna be another run, but I thought I really put this game away. 4-run lead though. We go to extras in a 1-1 tie, and in the 1 extra inning we put up 4, and we might not even be done yet. Oh no, I was under it. That actually still almost dropped in, but 4 runs is gonna have to do it. It should do it. It better do it. Still gonna bring in David Robertson though, our closer. I actually don't know if this is a save spot, because I know we're up by 4, and usually it's up by 3 for a save, but it is that runner on second, so I don't know if that turns it into a save spot. I guess we'll find out if I finish it. Okay, I wanted to punch out and not let the runner move up, but we'll take it. Not like it makes that big of a difference. Okay, they're gonna bring him around to score. Again, not like it makes that big of a difference. Locastro, speed make up for that bad reaction. He is gonna get there, and there's our win. We should get a lot of momentum for this, for loading in a tough spot, and then winning by as much as we did. Only 3? Really? They're only giving us a base of 3 plus an extra innings win? I disagree, man. You put me in with nobody out and a runner on second in a tie game. I mean, whatever, we got the win, so it's not negative. You can always look at it that way. And that's the exact kind of game I needed to close this episode out after having a little bit of a rough time there for a couple of those recent games. But that's gonna flip the momentum back. Pretty sizable fireball there. And it should give us plenty of wins here, especially with a 4-game series against the Nationals. We had to drop 1 though, and now we play Tampa, and it's gonna be a player lock. 29-14 is our record. The Braves are kind of hanging with us though, tied at 95 expected wins, but we are off to a very nice start for our first 143 games. And that is going to do it then for this first episode of this Mets March to October. I know this is very different. This might actually end up being the longest video I've posted on my channel to this point. So if you've made it to the end here, let me know what you think. I mean, I know it's pretty much just 3 or 4 normal March to October videos jammed all into one long one, so it's not too different. It's just all at once. But if you're new to the channel and you want to make sure that you stick around for the rest of this March to October, as well as when we move on to new teams, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But that's all I've got for this one, guys. Thanks for watching this today, and I will see you next time.